Yes! Mic check. Mic check. Let me sort my system preferences out for you. I got no output controls. Alright. Don't worry, it's coming through. It's coming through. Shout out to my man Joel, who's recommended a tasty little band I've never checked out before. Poison the Well, alright. I've seen the band pop up every once in a while. Where I've seen this band pop up, I've no idea. I think I've seen them on like Impericon tours and stuff. With bands like Bleed From Within and like metalcore-esque bills from what I remember. Like big touring lineups, to put a long story short. So I've never delved into this band. This is a new one for me. Shout out to my man Joel, recommended via the Patreon. What more can I say? 9 tracks, so it should be an easy listening record. Hopefully it's concentrated and really emphasising the good bits. Correct me if there's more than 9 songs, because there's no official Poison the Well playlist in regards to this record. It's entitled what is it entitled? The Opposite of December? The Opposite of December, which is June. Alright, we're getting theoretical in this mofo. This one is 12/23/93. It's track number 1. We got a tune on this called Nerdy. Yes! Let's go. From the get-go. Come on. I'm enjoying this. I like this. This is very... When I say modern, I mean this isn't 90... This isn't 90s metalcore music. This is very 2000s sounding. I don't know when this record was put out. Shall we see if there's any information on that? Jeez! 1999! Yeah, these dudes are... I would say any metalcore that exists within the 90s, even if it's 1999, that's some rootsy stuff. I can hear some hardcore in this, as opposed to, you know, your Parkway Drive-esque stuff. Them vocals are borderline European, like vegan metalcore stuff. I like that a lot. We had a few good bands over here in England which sort of did this thing, but little more in the realm of post-hardcore. Them real harsh vocals, but with some like reverb-drenched, more atmospheric riffing, which I think we might get some of that in here. Here we go. Those are some harsh vocals, aren't they? I like the logo, or the font, or just the way the title of the band is on the front cover. It's almost indecipherable, but it's not like that in like a brutal death metal way. It's just, the way it just sways, I like it a lot. You know what I mean? It's not upfront, bold. And in a way, from a marketing sense, it's not a brilliant thing to do, is it? Because you want to know who you're listening to and what you're doing. Because this could be the opposite of December. That could be the title of the band, given that's the clearest bit. But I do like it. I do like it. They got a tune on here called My Mirror No Longer Reflects. That's a cool title. That was good. That was a good start. It's given me enough variety in the music to know we're going to have some cool melodic instrumental aspects and some fantastic breakdowns. Yeah, this is going to be a good record, I can tell already. And the fact there's only 9 songs, with the track lengths not being too long, that really suits me. That suits my tastes. We've got a wish for Wings That Work coming up next.
So you think you know Wig?
There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV. Shout out to my man Joel, who's recommended The Opposite of December by Poison the Well. First time listening to this band. We're off to a good start. Let's continue. You know what's mad, right? Over here, anything hardcore, like heavy hardcore, breakdown, metalcore, whatever you want to call it, anything adjacent to like ignorant mosh music over here for the most part, you're not getting these E-chug breakdowns no more. It's a thing of the past. It's incredibly rare we hear these over here now. People by default are going to the beatdown and like the borderline slam breakdowns. It's very rare that we're just getting simple E-chug rhythmic breakdowns anymore. I mean, that was absolutely Ramo Jamo in, mainstream hardcore music when I was in high school. But, as far as local bands are concerned, the bands that are going forth to hopefully break the ceiling and become successful, we don't really get breakdowns over here like this no more. We had one or two, 90s worship metalcore acts, but they're very few and far between, man. Come on.
Such an unpleasant word. It begins.
The spoken word elements of metalcore that's when you know you're listening to metalcore. When the spoken word comes in. Come on.
Beg for sleep. As this noose is tied around.
Where are we going? Atmospheric or breakdown? Sounds like the frontman of Not Loose. This band, yeah? Shall I tell you something about this band and this record? Crash cymbal. Crash cymbal, all right? 2 words, that's all I got to say so far. Bada bing. Bada bing. Bada bing, bada bing, bada bing. First little bit of spoken word on a twinkly guitar line. I want to hear the breakdown though. On this record, I want to hear the breakdown. Alright? The breakdown. I want to hear a moment. Not where it just kicks into the breakdown. I want to hear a dun 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 dun. I want to hear one of them. I want to hear one of them. Artist's rendering of me coming up next, track number 3, alright? Want to spend more time obsessing over every stitch? Nope, I don't give a flying hoot. And there's ROCKSTEADY! King of the Pit TV, artist rendering of me is track number 3 and 9. We're listening to Poison the Wells record, The Opposite of December. Let go! Come on. This band will do breakdown to a bridge section. It never feels like a verse section at all. Feels like a bridge of some sorts. An atmospheric bridge to the next breakdown, or like a twinkly bit to the next breakdown. It feels like a lead into the next breakdown. Yo, anybody know this one? Oh, what is it? Rest assured. Here, Joel, if you're watching this, do you know this one? Rest assured that with a heart that's pure, we'll be victorious. So won't let our hate get the best of us. Reminds me of that. Them build-ups with the spoken word. Better. Nice. Here we go. That bass. There we go. There we go. There we go. Very consistent. I do like the twinkling guitar bits. I want to have an extended interlude of that twinkling guitar though, me. That's what I like. I do like the twinkling guitars. And I'm still waiting. A little bit more towards what I was thinking though with the building up into the breakdown, but I want to hear that. Come on. Let's keep going. Slice, paper, wrist coming up next. There's an air of emo. There's an air of emo in the music, you know. There's an air of emo. Slice, paper, wrist coming up. Oh! There's Rocksteady King of the Pit TV. Slice, Paper, Wrists is the title of this one. Track 4 and 9. We're listening to Poison the Well, the opposite of December. Let's go! You know what this brings me back to? It brings me back to like top 10 breakdown compilations I used to watch on YouTube back in the day. Reminds me of that, man. Quality E-chug, if not like drop D-chug breakdowns. Come on. Sorting out, well, I've sorted a band out. I've had a band for a minute. We've got a couple of records we're sitting on. But it's been a minute since, well, I say it's been a minute. We've been going for a little bit now as a free piece. We hadn't had a bassist in the band. We got a bassist on record, but live, you know, it's just the sound can't compare. The energy's there, but the sound, we're missing an entire frequency because we don't have anyone on the bass guitar. But I think I've just hooked up a bassist, so I'm very happy with that. Just sending on the records now. So they have you know, some insight. Hardcore punk. Come on. I like this. I have mentioned it because it's been a bit hit or miss, but I do like the snare. I do like the snare. I'd like if the snare was just popped up a little bit more though, because it's nice, it's poppy. The snare sounds best in sections like this. Here we go. I did like the outro there. I wouldn't even call it an outro because it's quite an extended section, but I like them twinkly clean guitars. That's one of my favourite highlights of the band. It's good breakdowns in this one. That was a good tune. Longest track on the record, that I think. Nerdy coming up next. That 2 minutes 43 seconds long, I believe. I'll see you there. Yes, now bless now. Don't forget to rest now. I'm looking forward to this one because this one's got 150,000 views. That's a fair amount more views than what we've had prior, I do believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. We're listening to Poison the Well, opposite December. This must be a good one, given the amount of views. Let's go. I like them lead guitars. This is emo as hell. Very nice. Ooh. Nice. Hard. The right mix of emo and core. Right there, emo core to the max. Now don't get me wrong, it's not literally emo core, but that was an emo tune. And that was a hard breakdown. I like that one a lot. That was nerdy. We got to Mandate Heaven coming up next. You see that 150k views to 22k views? That must have been on a bloody top 10 breakdown compilation. Let's be real. To Mandate Heaven. There's ROCKSTEADY King of the Pit TV. We're flying through this record at this point. Track 6 and 9. To Mandate Heaven. Let's go. It's a unique riff. Come on! Come on! Very short-lived. Wow! That's me standing at the side of the pit when people are knocking into me. Don't be that guy. Oh. Yeah, some girl just said, if I write a song about her, yeah, she'll tattoo my name on her skin forever. I know it might sound a bit weird, but should I do that? Should I do that, people? That'd be mad. That'd be mad. That was To Mandate Heaven. I like that one. I did like that one. I was a bit, you know what, a bit blown away by the jump downwards in views from Nerdy, but that was a good tune. From the get-go, I liked how unique that first riff was. It was cool. Verging on quite dissonant, that riff. Not Within Arm's Length is coming up next. We're listening to Poison Llewell. All right, this guy looks like Craig David a bit. Craig David! There's ROCKSTEADY King of the Pit TV. This one's entitled Not Within Arm's Length. We're listening to track 7 and 9. Let's go. Whoa, it's a strong copy, that. Here we go. This must be a big band then, cause all of these Poison the Well tracks have got a fair amount of views. I've never come across anybody who's been mad on this band. This is like sort of, you know, yeah, this is a different sound, a different group and community to what I'm used to. I mean, if you want to see Poison the Well, I'm sure you have to go pay a couple of quid and get a ticket to a fair, you know what I mean, a big tour in a decent scale venue. I've not done that in a long time. It was all right. That wasn't the best track, though, was it? That wasn't the best track. I didn't. It was consistent, but I didn't feel it was fantastic. That one. This one's got a few more views, though. This is Mid-Air Love Message. Let's keep on moving. Track 28. Track 28. Track 28. All right. Oh! Mid-Air Love Message. This is track 8 and 9. We're listening to Poison the Well. Let's go, people. Come on. Dun. Free Palestine. Let's go. Where we at? Quite a mixed bag of riffs, this one. They've utilised this quite a few times now. They're good at putting these silent breaks in the music, and you don't know what's coming up. Builds a lot of tension. Fantastic. Splendid. Spectacular. Come on. Nice. That was Mid-Air Love Message. Good number, varied track. I think when we verge onto the 3-minute tunes, there's a lot more space for more adventurous content. Really like the twinkly, clean guitars in that one. I really liked the extended break of just silence that led into that. An incredible impact with that first brush of the chord. I thought that was good. It was heavy in its own way. It was impactful in its own way. That was really good. I like the title of this next one, My Mirror No Longer Reflects. All right, let's finish this record off and we'll give it a little overview, see what I think of it. Yes! There's Rocksteady King of the Pit TV. We're finishing off this record. Shout out to my man Joel who recommended this via the Patreon. It's been Poison the Well. This one's entitled My Mirror No Longer Reflects. It's going to be a nice one to finish off on. Fair few views on this. 32k views in comparison to the 20s we were existing on in the things before. I like to go with the people. The people have got good taste. And for something that sells the song to the market, probably going to appeal to me in one way or another. Lego! I hope this ends the record on a major breakdown, people. I hope so. Come on.
Smash me to the ground 1,000 times as before. But I can't rationalize anymore. Carry me away on concrete pillows.
That volume swell there was pretty intense. Okay, I'm not against that finish to the record. I'm not against it. Perfect cadence, it worked out fine. Little outro to the record, I can't complain. I thought they were just gonna go for another breakdown, to be honest, so I guess in a way it kinda surprised me. In a positive way. That wasn't a bad resolution to the record. So that was someone had a go at me for yawning on one of my videos. I think it were a Guns N' Roses tune or something. That would Poison the Well. My mirror no longer reflects. We just listened to the opposite December. I'm going to finish this off with an overview of the record. Some last thoughts as the record as a whole. And we'll leave it there, alright, shall we, people? Shout out to Joel once again via the Patreon. Prompted for this. Joel, prior to this, recommended I checked out Boundaries, which was a good listen. And now, Joel, you know what? Arguably, I prefer Poison the Well. Poison the Well have got a little more of a... This record apparently was put out in 99. So, I like, when it comes to metalcore, I like this 90s sound. I like this 90s sound a little more so when it got modernized with the high production and the gent-like tones on the guitar and whatnot. Let's finish off with a little comment on this record, alright? Yo, there's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV, signing in and signing out. Little overview, we just had a listen to Poison the Well. If you're just joining me on this video, my review of this record, I've done a song by song listen through. It got recommended to me by Joel N via the Patreon. Alright. Putting me on to some good metalcore music. I don't know where in the discography this record comes about. I was surprised that this was put out in 99. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's what the YouTube description said. And it was on a topic upload basis, which sort of means that the owners of the masters have uploaded it to streaming services, including YouTube, and it's been put up in that manner. So I assume that the date is correct. Just teetering the line of coming into the 2000s, where 2000s metalcore and more, you know, pop-influenced elements came into the music, sort of making a little more success being in a metalcore band in the 2000s as far as metal's concerned. 90s, you know, Slayer riffs and ignorance and political sort of elements to the music, and as we found in this one, a lot more old school emo sort of style stuff. I liked it a lot. It was a good record, plenty of E-chug breakdowns. It didn't sound like they were drop tuned, riff wise, but you know, quite possibly it was in drop D tuning. It wouldn't have been any lower than that. With how many breakdowns there were, I'd be surprised if it was in E tuning, but it very well could be. I thought this band would have been, you know, just hearing the name Poison the Well over the years, or seeing them on festival bills and so forth, I would have thought they would have came a little later than putting out records in the 90s. So that was quite surprising. Just getting a call through, one moment. So, apologies if I have to rehash any information. I just got a call through. Clean moments in this record was really good. I like the twinkling guitars. It felt as if, I mean, there's nothing wrong with this, because I feel like bands, with this coming into the 2000s, you can hear how the breakdown, the chugging breakdown, was becoming the forefront of this style of music, as opposed to maybe a little bit earlier in the mid 90s and so forth. It was a little more emphasized on the riffing as a general, like mid-paced, Slayer-esque riffing. We didn't really get any Slayer on this record. We had a lot of emo incorporation, it felt. It felt like there was a lot of emo vibrations that came through this record. Whether it be through, you know, the atmospheric, almost post-hardcore parts that were coming through. If not, you know, the clean spoken word, which, you know, is a metalcore classic. It can't be a metalcore, but a proper metalcore band without spoken word elements. If not that, the song titles sort of heard a little more onto the emo sense as well, although I can't tell you much about the lyrical content, purely as, you know what I mean, I barely picked up any of the lyrical content, truth be told. Vocals, harsh, you know, harsh, sounded a lot like what was to come with Knocked Loose. You know, the frontman's highs in that band shared a parallel. What more can I say? I mean, the breakdowns were the point. It felt as if any section in between them breakdowns just served as a bridge to get to the next breakdown, you know? Because there wasn't necessarily any structure in a sense as far as there being verses, or at least the verses weren't constructed like, you know, a formulaic verse. Verse 1 wasn't the same as verse 2 as far as the instrumental and the riffing was concerned. Might go from a clean section, and then the second verse section might be like an atmospheric reverb section and so forth. As far as rating is concerned, let me tell you, my hair's horrible today, people. As far as a rating on this record is concerned, I am going to give it a 6 out of 10. I'll give it a 6 because I don't necessarily have too much of a reference point. I liked a lot of E-Chug breakdown music in high school. I used to watch a lot of top 10 breakdown compilation records where I have no doubt Poison the Well was featured from time to time. But in regards to that limitation of relevant acts, I can't necessarily pinpoint where I should be rating this record as such. I don't know how far into the discography it is. Maybe it was their debut. Joel, the person who recommended it, more than likely told me, so I apologise if I do have that information. But I jumped straight into it. I was looking forward to checking this band out as I'd never done so before. And I enjoyed the record. 9 tracks. It was good. It didn't overstay its welcome whatsoever. It was a good amount of material for the band's content. Most definitely. It was a good showcase of what the band had and what the band has to come from here on in. So, with a better production value over the years, given that the label gives them that sort of money, I can imagine this band, especially if they developed, you know, in the grand scheme of things, bright things for the future of the act. And that's no doubt, given that I do see them or have seen them on decent bills over the years. And with that, I'm going to sign out, people. So thank you very much. Peace.